Tarot readers love to talk about intuition. They'll tell you to trust the message, feel into the energy, follow the signs. But here's what they won't tell you, because most of them don't actually know. They have no idea how it works. That's not an insult, it's just the truth. Most tarot readers don't understand the psychology, neuroscience, or cognitive biases that shape every reading they give. They don't know why a certain card felt right, why a message suddenly dropped in, why they felt called to pull one more card. And that ignorance, it doesn't just affect the accuracy of the reading, it affects you. Because if your reader doesn't know what's shaping the message, how can you? Let's unpack what most tarot readers don't know, why it matters, and how you can protect your mind and your magic. Hi, I'm Paul, and this is Tarot Logic, an analytical approach to intuitive reading. Most tarot readers think intuition is like a lightning strike, that it comes from nowhere, that it just happens. But that's not how the brain works. What feels like a sudden knowing is actually the result of unconscious pattern recognition. Your brain is constantly scanning for connections from past experiences, emotional memories, symbolic associations, tone of voice, body language, and even cultural archetypes. When a reader just knows, it's because their brain made an unconscious match. But if they don't understand this, they might mistake a gut feeling for a cosmic truth. And that's a dangerous thing to sell. Let's be honest. Tarot readers constantly scan your reactions, the way your eyes widen, your posture, how fast you respond, what you don't say. Without realizing it, they start shaping the message to match what they're picking up from you. That's not psychic. That's cold reading. And if your reader doesn't understand this dynamic, they'll start believing their own hype. They'll say, "Spirit told me," when really, you told them everything they needed. Let's say you ask, "Will I meet my soulmate this year?" The reader pulls the Lovers. You both smile, it feels like fate. But here's what's really happening. Your brain wants a yes. It's already looking for signs of that outcome, so when a romantic card appears, you latch onto it. This is confirmation bias. The reader thinks they nailed it. You think the message was clear, but no one questions why that card meant what it did. This is how tarot turns into a mirror of desire, not a mirror of truth. Here's one of the biggest problems. Tarot readers rely on memorized definitions. They pull the Tower and immediately say, "Sudden chaos." They pull the Ten of Cups and say, "Happily ever after." But symbols are not static. They're contextual. They evolve depending on the question, the spread, the seeker, and the unconscious material surfacing in that moment. If a reader can't think beyond the guidebook, they're giving you fortune cookies, not insight. Every tarot reader brings their own baggage into the session. If they've just been through a breakup, they might interpret your love cards through a bitter lens. If they've just made a bold life change, they might see transformation in every spread. This is projection. But if your reader thinks every feeling in their body is a message from Spirit, you're not getting a channeled truth. You're getting them. And that's fine, if they know it. But most don't. The most seductive thing a tarot reader can offer is certainty. You're going to meet him in October. You're meant to leave your job now. This is a karmic soulmate. It sounds powerful, but it's actually irresponsible, because human life isn't fixed. It's dynamic. Your future is influenced by every choice you make, every shift in mindset, every external ripple. Most tarot readers don't understand chaos theory, neuroplasticity, or probabilistic thinking. They sell absolutes instead of possibilities, and you suffer for it. You know why tarot feels so good? Because your brain loves answers. It rewards resolution. It craves meaning. It hates uncertainty. So when a tarot reader strings together a narrative, any narrative, your brain releases dopamine. It doesn't even matter if it's true. It just matters that it feels coherent. If your reader doesn't know that, they might mistake that click as spiritual confirmation, when it's just your brain saying, that story makes sense. That's not insight. That's neurology. Now, don't get me wrong, tarot works. The cards speak. The symbols resonate. The process can reveal deep truths. But if the reader doesn't understand what's shaping their own interpretations, you're at risk. Because they might be channeling their bias, their projections, their trauma, their fear, and packaging it as your message. They're not lying. They're just unaware. And that's the problem. What tarot readers won't tell you, because most don't know, is that their intuition, their insight, and their spiritual messages are all being filtered through human psychology. Bias, memory, emotion, expectation, pattern recognition. Tarot isn't broken, but you need to read the reader, because their blind spots can become your destiny if you're not careful. If this gave you a clearer lens on how tarot really works, subscribe to Tarot Logic for more content that blends psychology, symbolism, and the science of intuition. And comment below. Have you ever had a reading that felt more like a projection than a revelation? Let's talk about it. Until next time, read with clarity, read with structure, and always read with logic.